Good morning.
Hello.
Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
And I'm Lauren.
And this is Restore and Recharge at the Bar. We have one bar on the wall, one chair in the back, and with our body weight, a training partner like Lauren and myself, join us for a practice for stretch, for strength, and for fitness and fun. We'll start with the breath. I'll take over the breath, and Lauren will get us into the head, neck, and rib cage next. Stance of your choice. You can be seated or standing, or even laying down. One hand belly and one hand onto the chest. Take a big belly breath in. Fill it like a balloon. The belly button may pull away from the spine. On your exhale, pull that belly button back in, forcing the exhale out through the nose. Repeat. Breath into the belly. Fill it up and slow exhale through the nose. Now keep the belly tight to the spine and breathe in to the rib cage. Fill the rib cage like that balloon and slow exhale. One last time, the belly staying tight, breath into the ribs. I love the way that feels in my upper back, and exhale. Repeat down low, breath in like the balloon in the belly, fill it up. Let's hold full for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Hold empty for 4 seconds. Then breathe into the chest, 4 seconds in with control. Hold full for 4. Exhale for 4. And the hardest part, hold empty for 4. Now keep that belly button in, breath in. Force the out. Breath in. Force the out. And one last time, breath in. But breath in. And breath in. And breath in. And force it out. Resume your breathing. Shake it out. And to Lauren for the head, neck, and ribs.
Excellent. Let's move our head in all the directions that it should move. First, we'll start with our rotation. Standing tall, sending energy out your spine, out the tip of your head, rotate one direction. As you come back through center, making sure that chin stays on the same line the whole time, rotating the other direction. One more time each way. You're also thinking about those shoulders, keeping them in the same place, slightly retracted, and that it's really only your head moving. Last time in that other shoulder check, and then slowly back to center. Now we'll do our flexion extension. With that, we'll tuck our chin towards our chest, but think a little bit more of a tuck, pushing the vertebrae out behind you versus just trying to get your chin right towards your chest. And then from here, we'll stack up tall and slowly extend towards the ceiling. Again, when we reach up towards the ceiling, we're reaching and growing versus just cranking our neck backwards. One more time each way. Light chin tuck towards the collarbone, and then stack the head and extend up towards the ceiling. And then pull that chin in, growing tall at the top. We have one more, we have 2 more, one more. Our nose is our pivot point and ear towards the shoulder. Now using that long side, pull your head back on straight. Repeat the other side. Ear towards over shoulder, and then head back on straight. One last time each way, also growing out of this. And last one, pulling to center. For the last head neck, we're going to chicken our head neck forward or text neck, and then tuck our chin and triple chin it on TV. Do it again. Reach that head neck forward, and then tuck the chin, stack the vertebrae, grow tall, and relax. Let's do the same idea through our rib cage. Was that work, Ian?
Oh, let's work.
With our hips underneath us, I like to start with my arms across our chest. Let's start with our rotation through our rib cage. Head comes with us, rotating that upper body. As we go to the right, I like to push my right hip forward. Then use the opposite side to pull yourself back to center. Repeat. Head stays in line with that sternum or center body. Rotation, and then back to center. Let's do a rotation again, but this time head stays forward, upper body only. and then back to center. Head stays forward, hips stay forward, upper body only, and back to center. Now we'll do flexion extension. Slight chin tuck, pull the ribs towards the hips, keep the core brace, but then extend up. We can do a little bit of an extra extension, but keeping that low back or that core brace as we extend over. Repeat one more time. Flex ribs to hips, keeping the core tight, extend, and get a little bit up and over, and then pull back to center. Our lateral flexion now, I do like to narrow my stance for this one. Think about growing up and then lifting over. Once you're over, use that long side to pull yourself back up. Repeat the other side, up and over. When I say up though, don't shrug your shoulders, keep them down. Pull to tall. One more time each way. As I do this, I try to stay in my cylinder so I'm not reaching way over in my side bend. Last one, but just oscillating my rib cage and to center. We have one more. I like to extend my arms for this, widen my stance, and now we're going to take our rib cage for a slide and a slide. As we do this, our shoulders stay parallel with the floor, and our rib cage just slides across our body. Back to center, bring your feet together, and we'll do some ankles.
Excellent. I get to do the silly walks today. I like that. Let's start with the ankles in a gentle walkover first. Pull the heel off the ground, getting to the demi point, and then push the standing leg forward. Then gently go to the toe point and push the standing leg forward again. This is a maybe for everyone. Flex over the toes, tall on that leg, then push through the toes, push through the foot, return the heel to the floor. Pull the heel off the ground. Take a moment, push the standing leg through. Then get to that toe point next. Pause, push the standing leg through. Then flexing over on the toes, cramp up the arch politely, enjoy that stretch on the top of the foot, and then through the foot, return the heel to the floor. Let's utilize that articulation through the foot on a series of our walks. Start with a heel strike out front. Heel strike, find the lateral border of your foot, the pinky side, and then pull to the full foot. With the back leg, let's go over the toe, then go back to that balls of foot, and then flick the floor away, pulling the leg through. Finish or continue with our heel strike. Heel strike. Transfer the weight by pressing off the back leg to find the lateral border of the foot in the front. Then find the whole foot. Go over the toe in the back. It might bring that knee through. Then go back to the lungy foot, flick the floor, and then pull a straight leg through a heel strike. Heel strike, lateral border all the way to the big toe. Then roll over the foot in the back, then push back to that lunge style foot, flick the floor, straighten the knee, bring it through, and then last time here we have a leg out front, heel strike. Lateral border, find the big toe, over on the back foot, then back to that lunge foot in the back, flick the toe, straighten the knee, and bring a leg through, and then shake it and wiggle. We'll get back to some silly walks in a second, but until then, Lauren's going to take us through some sideline rotations on the floor.
So we have to get to the floor.
Let's do it.
Let's get down via our forward fold, tucking our chin, rolling ourselves forward. As you come down, I like to imagine each vertebrae curling and rolling and trying to find a little bit of flexion. We're coming down with relatively straight knees. Hang out at the bottommost point, maybe bend those knees, and then try to straighten them a little bit, and then rebend your knees, and straighten them one more time. And then we'll bend our knees and we'll come down to the floor, ending up on your bottom in a 90-90 or lunge-like seated position. Let's do dorsiflex feet. So we have 90 at the ankle, 90 at the knee, and 90 at the hips. The other leg's right out to the side. Same on that back leg, knee bent, ankle bent. Let's first just sit up tall. I have that light outrigger on the floor. My fingertips are pushing down to help me grow tall. And then relax. And then extend again, pushing that back hip forward, growing out the rib cage, sitting up tall. And relax one more time. And from there, that relaxed position, we'll just find our elbow on the outside. Now our elbow is in line with our knee and we have a nice packed shoulder. I like to right away take that top arm and just cross it across my body. The back hip is going to extend, so let's right away push that back hip forward by squeezing the cheek and grow tall and long out your spine, reaching and finding space between the rib cage and the hips, and then gently relax. Repeat that one more time. Hip extension, grow out the rib cage. Now take your head and look at the elbow on the floor, and then rotate your shoulders closed to the floor. Head rotates to ceiling, shoulders rotate open, that back hip is still extended. Repeat one more time. Head looks at elbow, shoulders rotate closed. Head looks at ceiling, shoulders rotate open. Keep extending that back hip. We'll press the floor away to come back to that tall position. Before we leave, can we try to hold ourselves upright in this tall position for 3, 2, and then we're slowly going to make our way to face the other direction. But I'll spin around because it'd be rude to keep my back to you. In our tall sit first. Growing up tall. That knee is right in front of our hip. We're square up to the front of the room. How does this side feel?
Always harder.
Me too.
I'm not sure if that was rhetorical or to be answered, but
it was a little bit of both. Let's grow up. Try to find that tall position. Extend that back hip. And then just relax for a second. Repeat one more time from this tall position. Grow up. Extend that back hip. And then relax. From that relaxed position, let's find that elbow again. Remember, it's in line with the hip and the shoulder stays packed. That top arm's across the body right away, and that back hip is extended, glute squeezed. Reach long out the crown of your head. Reach long out your rib cage. Find some space here, and then gently relax. One more time, extending that back hip. Now let's keep it there. Head rotates to look at elbow on the floor. Shoulders rotate, closed. Head rotates to ceiling, shoulders rotate open. One more time, head to elbow, shoulders closed, head to ceiling, shoulders open. Breathing, extending that back hip. Then we'll push the floor away, coming to tall. Let's see how it feels this time with no hands. Still tough on this side here. And then gently relax. Let's flip to some fours and do some wrists.
Great. Warming up those wrists because we hope to plank later today as well. We'll go fingertips down first and just politely bounce on the fingers to start. Keep the elbows straight. Push energy into the pinkies, the rings, the index. Don't forget those middles. And maybe even get the thumbs there. And then get the callus lines down too. Then roll from the index to the pinky and then pinky to the index. And keep that doing, but don't let keep that going, as to not let the index finger lift when you roll out to the pinky and to not let the pinky lift as you roll in. Spread that energy across. Now fully connect those hands to the ground. Check in on your first wrist extension and pull the hands to the knees so much that maybe you could drift forward to exemplify more wrist extension. Then push forward, keep your tailbone long as you reach to the back. Open hands, straighten elbows. One more time, we'll pull the hands to the knees and then press forward. And so much that you could flick the wrists and come up. Keeping with the wrists and extension with the other grip, fingertips first with the palms forward. So fingertips to the ground, then that callus line next, followed by full hands. Take a breath. This is most often more intense for people here, so gently take your pinkies and press them in the floor. Create tension. The flexor side of the forearm, the one that's shining forward, is probably lit up. Relax that effort. And do the same thing on the ring fingers. Press heavy through the ring finger and excite all the way to the fingertip to turn it white. And relax. It's those middle fingers next. Slow acclimation of the pressure here as you press down. Keep looking between those hands as you breathe and relax. And the same effort with the index fingers. Press those index fingers heavy. Are you right hand dominant? Does it give you more tension? Or vice versa? Relax. Lauren never lets me forget those thumbs. Let's just do that. Press those thumbs in the ground. Press those thumbs. Then relax. Then with safe tension, press all 10 fingers heavily in the floor. While doing that, try to bend the elbows. Not very easy. But then peel the hands off. Finish with the fingertip flick. Shake it out. And it's time for Lauren's lovely lunges. Take it away.
We'll get into our lunge position. From our knees, we'll bring a single leg up into that front lunge. Either we have our back toe tucked behind us or pointed straight out, but it's in line with our body. Right now, hands on hips. Let's take our bowl punch or our pelvis for a 2-circle ride. So you're trying to circle your hips or that bowl of punch around the room 2 times in one direction and then 2 times in the other. As you do this, try to keep that front leg relatively straight, stationary, as well as that back leg. What that ensures is that you're actually moving your pelvis versus moving those femurs or the legs around. Come to center, tuck your back hip under, squeeze your back cheek. Right now, let's just push down in the floor and pull that leg in. So front leg pulling in, back hip extending. And right away, you should feel lights up. And then relax. Let's stay and do it again. Push down, pull, back hip extends. Keep extending. As much as you're extending that back hip, also grow out of that rib cage again, and you should feel some length come up into that hip flexor psoas area. And then relax. Let's heel toe that leg open to the side and do the same sort of idea. Bowl of punch. Gently stir the punch around the bowl. As you're stirring that punch or moving the bowl, don't let it flip over the edges. And then switch directions. All the punch is staying in the bowl, you're just slooshing it around. One more time to center, tucking the back hip, squeezing the back cheek as you extend. This time we'll drive down in that side leg and pull it in, but keep extending that back hip, and then relax. Repeat one more time, tucked under, pushing down on that side leg, pulling it in, extending that back hip and holding, and then easy off. We'll heel toe our foot to the front, bring it underneath, and repeat on the other side. Other knee comes up. Right now, we have that foot in front, back foot is pointing backwards or tucked under. Hips are the bowl of punch, swoosh that punch around. I hope you get the same visual I get when I think of this. As I stir or move that punch around the bowl, 2 in one direction and 2 in the other. Remember, we're trying to keep that front leg relatively stationary and moving the hips around the legs. Coming back underneath, tucking the back hip under, pushing down in the floor and pulling. Feel the scissor, create tension. 3, 2, and then relax. Repeat again. Tuck the back hip, push down in the front, pull. We have this tension in our hips. One's pushing forward, one's pulling back, and then gently relax. We'll heel toe that leg open to the side position. Again, 2 hulas in each direction. Nice and controlled. We're exaggerating, but we're not doing this huge hula hip circle. Just light movements. And then switch directions to the other way. Trying to get all the corners of the circle. Really think about, are you skipping any edges? And then back to center. Once you're in center, we tuck the back hip under, squeezing the back cheek, pushing down in the floor, pulling that leg in. The scissor. One's pushing forward, one's pulling in this time. And then relax. One more time, tucked under, driving down, pulling in, but then also growing out the rib cage here for 3, 2, and then easy off. We'll heel toe that foot to the front. We'll bring it underneath and
down dog style up. Go hands back to that floor. Lauren had our tailbone staying tucked or tipped, and in this case, we're going to have it tipped to the ceiling or a gentle cow pose. Please keep your knees bent, but push your hands forward. Keep your knees bent. Tip your tailbone to the ceiling. Keep your knees bent for now. Is the tailbone still reaching to the ceiling? If you did that extra little tip, your hamstrings might start to say hello. Then return the knees to the floor. Catch your breath or take a moment off and reestablish that tailbone tip. It's pulling the femur heads in that allow the tailbone to reach to the ceiling. Then push the hands forward, push your feet back, keep your knees bent, and get to your modified down dog. Then tip your tailbone to the sky one more time. If you need it or want it to explore, perhaps straighten your knees by a single degree. Is your tailbone still reaching to the ceiling? Tip your tailbone, straighten your knees, return the knees to the floor. Take a rest. Breathe. One more time. Hands go forward, feet go back, tailbone tipped, reaching to your modified down dog. Maintain the integrity of that tailbone shape, tip to the ceiling, gently straighten your legs. That's a maybe statement. Could your heels get to the floor? Mine can't today. Then use your hands, press back to your hinge or your fold. I'm running into the wall, but I am showing my hinge here. And then push your feet out and extend the hips through. One more time. I want to use my opportunity to be silly with those feet for one more time. And this ballet walk is inspired through interactions with my client and the ballet. Take a single leg touching the floor, tendu or point to the front. Then toe, ball, heel. Roll over the back leg now. Keep the toe touching the floor as you bring it all the way through, over the toes, and then to a push. Reach as far front as you can.
But keep your hips level.
Hips level.
Don't
toe,
open up.
Ball, heel. Then roll over the back leg. Keep the toe touching the floor as you then press it out front as safely far as you can. Toe, ball, heel, and then over the back foot. Balance as you go. Keep the toes touching the floor and then articulate out front with the toe point, and one more time on each side. Over the back foot. Bring it through and finish with the point. Toe, ball, heel, just like our movement clock. Then over that back foot, keep the toe touching the floor, then over those toes to push through. Toe, ball, heel. Bring the other leg through. Add a little shake into there. And now we'll get our leg bars going with our wall bar and our chair from the back. Lauren will take over the leg bars, articulating, and can we use that same ballet point? And then I'll interject with the shoulder pieces.
Excellent.
Take it away.
Excuse me. Getting tall. Next to your balance aid, make sure you have one. We find stability in that standing leg. Once we're stable there, which means foot rooted, kneecap straight, hip extended, we'll take the other leg and point it to the front. Let's do one rotation here. Externally rotate, inseams up, nothing moved in the hips, back to center, internal rotation, inseam down. We'll go back to our external rotation, inseam up. Keep that inseam forward as you draw your circle to the side. In that sidemost position, keep those hips forward. We'll turn the inseam down, internal, external, inseam forward. One more time, keep the knee straight, internal, hiding the inseam, continuing the circle around the back. Once out the back, roll over the foot. Knee should be able to stay straight as you pass underneath all the way to the front. One more time, front. Open up, inseam up. Send the hips forward as the leg goes to the side. Once at the side, turn in. Continue around out the back. Roll over the foot. Growing tall. Let's point right to the front, and then we'll pass back through center, pulling the leg underneath. We'll reach out the back. We'll start rotating the leg in its socket, but the hips stay forward as the leg comes to the side, all the way around to the front. One last time, pass through center with a straight knee. You should be able to have space because you're tall on the other leg. Once out the back, rotate, open, hips stay forward, locking key around the side, all the way around to the front. Pull underneath, growing tall, and then relax. How does your standing leg feel? Mine's burning, in case you were
Politely
wondering.
lit up.
Good. All right. Let me just do one little thing, sorry.
Do one little thing there, Lauren.
Just in the dark over here. There we go. All right, tall on the inside leg. Point to the front. Rotate, open, externally rotate, then to center, internally rotate, hide the inseam, but keep the belt line level. One last time, externally rotate, send the leg to the side, hips still pushing forward. From that side position, rotate in, rotate, open, rotate in, and then continue drawing the circle all the way around the back. Once out the back, over the foot, straight knee, all the way through center to the front. Open up, send the leg to the side. From the side, turn it in, continue reaching around the back, all the way. Roll over the foot, grow tall, point to the front, and then keep the knee straight, pull it back underneath to the back. Rotate, open in the socket, leg comes to the side, but hips are still forward, all the way to the front. One last time, through center, knee straight, out the back. If you have to keep a dorsiflex foot here, that's okay to keep your knee straight. Then open up, and maybe as you come to the side, you switch to that pointed foot. Continue around the front, and then everything grows tall in center. And relax. Whew.
Mm-hmm. There's 2 sets of that, so I hope our hips can save something for that next set. Let's stand in a comfortable stance for you. That could be either wide squat stance with your hands at your side. Low effort for this set, and we'll add more tension the next one. Elevate the shoulders as to shrug, and then easy does it, put them down. Repeat. Elevate the shoulders as to shrug, and then return down low. Hands out front this time. Low effort, protract shoulders, meaning take the shoulder blades and wrap them around your rib cage, reaching out front, and then retract your shoulders together. Palms face each other or slightly turned up. Repeat. Protract, reaching forward, armpits engaged, pressing forward, and then retract. Easy does it. Return the hands, down low. Add a little shake, add a little wiggle. We'll come back to that with a little bit more tension in just a second. Until then, it's Lauren's hips again.
To the hips. We're going to do some on a bent leg this time through. Still tall on our inside leg. We'll peel that foot up off the floor and drag it up the inseam of our pants. Right now, let's keep it low. Maybe you're touching about mid-calf here. Knee is forward. Let's send that knee across the body, trying to reach it to the other side. Then we'll open it to the side, but keep those hips pushing forward. Hold for a second. Close the gate, bringing it back across the body. Try to really close the gate, and then pry it open. Hips still stay level. One more time. Close the gate, closing it right across your body. Then try to pry open. From this open position this time, we'll disconnect our foot from our leg. We're going to lift the ankle, internally rotating on the hip, reaching around the back, and bringing inseam to inseam. Let's reverse it. Reach back into hip extension. Open the knee to the side. Foot comes back underneath you to that low calf position and hold. 2 more times. Disconnect foot. Internally rotate. Inseam will come to inseam, and try to keep those quads parallel there. One last, no, we have more than one more time. Reaching back, opening the knee to the side. That's our external rotation. And we have one more to finish off. Disconnect. Internally rotate. Inseam to inseam. We'll end here by straightening the leg underneath. Whew. That was great. If you need a little bit of help keeping that knee bent, May I recommend placing $1 million bill behind your knee?
$1 million.
Million. Nowadays, we should make it $1 billion.
Trillion.
All right, grow tall. Peel the leg up, knee front. Remember, we're low a little bit, so about that mid-calf. Then cross the body fully, and then open the gate, knee goes to the side, hips push forward. Repeat, pull the gate closed. As you do this, I challenge you to stay tall on that inside leg. Don't get dumpy as that knee goes to the side here, holding for a second. And one more time, we're crossing the body and then opening up, staying tall. We'll disconnect that foot, lift the ankle, internally rotating, reaching around the back, and we'll end that inseam to inseam, knee stays bent. Reach a little bit behind you, then rotate, open in the socket, knee will come to the side, foot comes underneath your body. Repeat, disconnect, internally rotate, inseam to inseam, one last time, reaching back first a little bit, rotating, open in the socket, knee comes to the side, hold. We have one last time, internally rotate, inseam to inseam, and then extending the knee underneath. Woo.
Woo is right.
Woo.
Woo on those hips. One last time on the shoulders here. Work hard. Create this isometric tension and let one of the directions win. We'll start in the stance comfortable for you. With the palms forward, elevate the shoulders, shrugging a light, I don't know. Then keep the shoulders up, but try to touch the floor. I hope you could feel your triceps activate, stiffening the elbows. You might feel your ribs and arms connect. And most importantly, for 3 more seconds, highlight that armpit tension. And easy does it, relax. Let's do the opposite. Try to touch the floor with stiff fingers and straight elbows. Let the down action win, and like holding on to 10,000 pounds, try to shrug as to say, I don't know. And hopefully, again, the arms stiffen, they pull into your ribs, you feel your core, your glutes squeeze, and then relax that tension. Repeating one more time in each direction. Let the gentle, I don't know, shrug win, but try to pull down. Exciting that serratus, the armpit, the lat, continue to build that tension underneath the shoulder for support and share that load and relax. Final effort in this direction, fingertips towards the floor. Heavily anchored. Now, try to shrug, but let that down tension you're providing from stiff arms, rooted fingertips to the floor, and imaginarily shrugging, and relax with a shake. One more time in that front-back direction. So take those hands out front. Palms face the middle or slightly turned up. Stiffen the elbows and protract the shoulders. Let that gentle rounding shape through the shoulders win, but try to pull your shoulder blades together with those rhomboids between them in the back. And then relax. Low effort at first. Now actually retract those shoulder blades and stiffen the elbow. Let the shoulder blades win, pulling into the back and try to reach forward. Feel the difference. Try to take away that slack between one of those actions to the other. Low effort, round the shoulders one more time. Keep the spine extended or tall, the shoulders are rounded, let the forward action win, and shore up that slack by trying to pull the shoulders together. I hope that these armpit muscles are the most live. Final repetition, retract the shoulders, straighten the elbows, let those rhomboids win, pulling together. And then reach forward, but don't let that $1 million bill between the shoulder blades fall to the ground. Keep it tight. Easy does it. Relax the hands and shoulders to the floor. Wiggles help to go a long way. Shoulder blade tension. In push-ups, they're a place of stability. Let's take our time through Lauren's movement clock and then push-ups with me on the floor.
Excellent. I'd like to actually do our weight transfers instead. Would that be okay?
Yep.
Okay, just time-wise, and I want to make sure we get those in. So let's start with our feet slightly wider than our hips. We'll feel that pull together with straight legs. Feel that pull, 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 pull. and then push down and away. That should even straighten the knees more and extend the hips. Repeat, feel the pull. Now this time pull so much you actually bend your knees. Once down here, let's hang out. Let's shift a little bit weight one way, knee towards over toe, and then shift a little weight the other side. And we'll come back through center. And as we press this time, let's press so much that that leg gets straight. Right now, our straight leg, our foot is still connected to the floor, our hips are forward. Now, before you bend that straight leg, pull on it, and then pull so much that it actually bends, and push away. Hips are forward, leg is straight, full contact with the floor. Feel the pull, and then bend the knee. Press over. This time, we're gonna press to that pointed foot. You may find that you almost have to slide that leg a little bit closer to you. Feel that point, and then toe ball, heel, pull yourself across again. Pointed foot this time. Feel that energy shooting out. The hips are still forward. You should feel your butt cheek light up. Pull yourself across. Push over. Pointed foot, hips extended, knees straight. Let's lift that foot off the floor and find a balance. 3, 2, knee over toe. Pull yourself across, extending those hips. Our knees over our toe, nice straight leg, hold. Toe ball, heel. Let's add on. Pressing over, hips are extended. This time, if you'd like, let's straighten that knee. Hold a straight leg balance. Hips still forward, leg still side. Knee goes over toe. Toe, ball, heel. Press over. Extended hips, full transfer of weight. Press into the floor, extend. Knee over toe, toe, ball, heel. One more time each side. Push over. Full transfer. We're going to grow up. If you'd like, try to find a balance on that demi point. Hold it, own it, because then I want you to own that down. Knee over toe, toe, ball, heel. Pull yourself across. One last time. Hips forward, that full transfer. We press up. As allowed, find a rise and hold. 3, 2, come down with control. Knee over toe, toe ball, heel, pull yourself to center, and then push down and away to stand up tall. Fully extend the hips, fully squeeze the butt, and then shake it out.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Hips.
man.
We'll come back to that movement clock, but not before a first set of push-ups. What's your number? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I'm not just listing all the prime numbers. How many push-ups can you do for push-ups? I guess 9 isn't a prime number. Shoot, that almost worked. We'll get that next time. Let's set up our hinge as you return to the floor.
Chip chop.
Maybe it's 11 instead.
Yeah, you were doing
What's your number today?
You had a pattern.
My number is 10.
Whoa.
Is that crazy? Let's do it. Find
10
the
in
floor.
a row?
Hands to the floor. Set up that push-ups position and maybe use your modified. Whether it's 10 reps or 10 seconds per rep, let's go. Down, up, down, up. Squeeze your bum and up. Pull down, yeah, up. And this is number 5. You still with us? 6, 7, 8. Last 1 or 2. And 10. There's no rules, but if you do come up with your down dog, tailbone reaches to the ceiling, either fold or hinge. I'm in my hinge, pushing my hips through, standing up. 10 is a big number. I rarely train that number in all honesty, but what is your number of push-ups? Let us know with a comment or an email so that we can grow your strength and reps with our push-ups. One more balance, Lauren. Let's do it.
All right. It's my favorite. Forward, backwards. Feet starting underneath you. I like to start in that slightly first position, so feet making a V shape. We'll transfer weight to a single leg, point the other leg to the side. Then let's draw a quarter circle, bringing that foot in front of us. Toe ball, heel it down. Right now, we'll stay on flat feet. We could go either way. We could go forward right now. We could go backwards. Now, let's go forward. Pushing off your back leg, finding a flat foot balance on your front foot and holding for 3, 2, then toe ball, heel that back foot. push off of the front foot and find a back leg balance and hold. Hips are square, that front leg is kind of pulling in that compression, toe ball heel, land 2 feet. Let's drive into the floor and find a 2-foot balance growing up. Again, from here, I could go forward, I could go backwards. I'm gonna come down though, heels connect. All right, here we go. Have that balance aid or stay on flat feet, press up. We'll find a front foot balance. So push off your back leg, maybe keep the toe down, or find a full front foot balance for 3, 2. Then you're gonna put the toe ball, so the demi point of the back foot comes down, pushing off the front foot, and find that back leg balance for 3, 2. Then put that front toe ball down. You're in between 2 feet now. With control, knees straight, straighter, straighter. Heels are connecting, straighter. Descend. Push off your front foot. Pull that leg underneath. Switch sides. Point side. Or shake it out. Point side. Draw the half circle to the front. Toe ball, heel. Flat feet first. Feel you could go either way. Let's go forward. Push off the back foot. Find a nice flat foot balance. Holding. Square. Straight. Then toe, ball, heel. Push off the front foot. Find that back foot balance. Holding. 3, 2. We'll place that foot down. We'll come between 2 feet. Drive down to stand up. Hold the 2-foot balance for 3, 2 with the knees straight. Find the heels. Oh, we were supposed to stay up there. Let's go back up. Hold. Either from the flat or from that demi point, find that front foot balance again and hold for 3, 2, then toe ball that back foot down. Push off the front foot and find that back leg balance, stacking, growing up for 3, 2. Now you'll be in between both feet. You'll slowly descend. The knees are staying nice and straight. Heels connect. Push off that front foot and close the front leg underneath and shake.
Final movement on the floor, integrating that upper body into this practice, push-ups.
Push-ups.
Go for the same number. Was it 1, 2, or all the way to 10? Let's get going. Hinge to the floor. Hips go back, shins stay vertical. Then fingertips to the ground. Establish your high plank or push-ups position and hold for time. Or join us for reps of push-ups. Excuse me.
1.
Excuse me. Pull down 1 and press. 2. Pull down. And 3. And 4. 5. We have that full body tension. Breath in and this is like number 7. 8. 9. And
11.
10. Now, any way you want, if you choose your down dog, tip the tailbone to the ceiling, walk hands to feet or feet to hands, assemble in your hinge, and push those hips through. Thank you very much for joining Lauren and I today at Restore and Recharge at the bar. We use ballet-inspired movements, articulate, strengthen those hips, not forgetting about that upper body, for strength, for fun, for fitness, and to have a great day and a great weekend. What are you up to this weekend, Lauren?
Oh, I need to garden.
Oh,
Got to get the garlic in before the ground's too hard.
Yep.
Done that before. That's not that fun.
Yep.
Maybe make some bread. And chicken stock this weekend. Got to make some soup. Get ready for the soup season.
And we play with our strength on Saturdays.
Oh, right, that too.
So we'll be doing all those domestic chores inside and out as well. We'll be back here on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. live. So revisit us. We'll be playing with our strength, bodyweight skills, a little bit of handstands, lots of fun. Thank you very much. As I said, my name's Ian.
I'm Lauren. Until next time, take care, stay strong, and train soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.